Let's Go Keto, and today we're going to make Cheddar Bay Biscuits. Let's go! To start the biscuits, you want to have the keto flour, and I have a video on how to make the keto flour, and it's 1.5 cups. And I like to go ahead and put my dry ingredients in with it. So the baking powder, you want to do 2 teaspoons. And I put 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. And I like to use allulose because allulose helps things brown. And so I put a teaspoon of that. Kind of rounded. Teaspoon of allulose. It'll help brown the biscuits. And I just kind of do a slight mix. Now at this point, if you have a little miniature food processor or any food processor, you can do this step like this. Or put this into a bowl and use a fork because you're going to be putting butter into this. But to me, it's easier just to use a food processor. And I've pre-cut my cold, I kind of did a cold cubed butter. That's 1/2 of a stick. And I'll have to pulse this several times. Let's see if that's about right. Okay, that looks good. Just till your butter is combined. And then you want to get a bowl and put all of this into a bowl. Like I said, if you didn't have a food processor, you can use a fork. It takes forever, but you can use a fork to get the cold butter incorporated into the flour. The next step is you want to get your buttermilk made. And to do that, you need your apple cider vinegar. Shake it up if it has the mother in it. You need 1 teaspoon for 1/2 cup of warm, heavy cream. Just mix that around. And just pour it straight into your flour mixture. And we're going to give it a mix. And it will be kind of sticky. Okay, then you want to mix in 1/4 cup of like cheddar cheese. This one's mild, but you can use a sharp cheddar cheese. That would be really good too. 1/4 cup. Okay, once it's mixed, you can grab your portion scoop in your pan with some parchment paper. You don't even have to spray it because they're not going to stick. They have enough butter in there. And just start scooping them out. Once you get them all scooped out onto your pan, you just kind of want to do a little flattening of the tops. You don't want them so mounded up like this. Do a quick little flattening. And then you put it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes at 400. Now the biscuits have come out of the oven. I went ahead and did them 10 minutes. I wanted them really golden brown because they'll make a nice crisp on the outside. The next thing I like to do is 1/2 stick of melted butter. And I don't really remember how much I did on this. It's like probably 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm going to do 1/4. This is 1/8 that I'm using here, and this is garlic salt. So I did 1/4 teaspoon, and I just sprinkle in parsley flakes just till it looks, it's just for prettiness. And stir all that up. And I like to use my little silicone brush and brush it on to the biscuits. Pretty thick. And if you have any butter left over, just save it, because you could brush it on more biscuits or anything else that you make. Be yummy yum. To me, they taste just like the Cheddar Bay Biscuits that you get at Red Lobster. So, if you're missing eating those, here you go. And there it is, Cheddar Bay Biscuits.